If you believe that the dark hours of the night are when the greatest threats to your health occur, you are mistaken. In reality, for both your heart and your brain, the most critical and hazardous window of the entire day is actually the first few moments and hours after you open your eyes in the morning. What's truly alarming is that the vast majority of people have absolutely no clue why this happens or what it means for their long-term well-being. Let me show you exactly what I am talking about right here and right now. Take a moment to sit perfectly still and simply observe the rhythm of your own breathing. Just notice it. Now I want you to stand up. Do it quickly. Go ahead and rise to your feet without hesitating. If you suddenly feel your heart rate spike, if your head begins to feel a bit dizzy or faint, or if your entire body suddenly feels tense and on edge, that is the exact same physiological explosion that occurs inside you every single morning when you first wake from sleep. Your body initiates a cascade of hormonal activity, releasing cortisol to elevate your blood sugar levels, pumping out adrenaline to accelerate your heart rate, and sending out constricting signals that tighten your blood vessels so that your muscles can receive the fuel they need to get you up and moving with ease. That natural surge is a normal, necessary part of waking. But here is precisely where the real danger begins to unfold. If your body never managed to achieve a state of complete and total relaxation the night before, or if your nervous system remained trapped in a state of fight or flight throughout your sleeping hours, then that necessary morning surge piles directly on top of an already elevated blood pressure reading. Thicker blood resulting from hours of overnight dehydration, stiffer and less flexible blood vessels, and highly reactive platelets that are ready to clump together. That exact dangerous combination is the primary reason why the majority of heart attacks and strokes are concentrated in those early morning hours. This is not a random occurrence. It is not a matter of simple bad luck. During the night, your body is biologically designed to shift into a deep, restorative parasympathetic state, a mode where your blood pressure naturally drops, your blood vessels relax and widen, inflammation is cleared away, and your brain actively flushes out cellular waste through the glymphatic system, which is your brain's own cleaning mechanism. However, habits like eating late in the evening, consuming alcohol before bed, taking shallow, restricted breaths, sleeping flat on your stomach with your neck in a poor, compromised position, carrying chronic, unrelenting stress, and even mindlessly scrolling through your phone screen right before you close your eyes can all interfere with and completely prevent that essential nighttime reset from occurring. And when that reset fails to happen night after night, week after week, your heart and brain are forced to wake up already stressed, already inflamed, and already operating under significant internal pressure. Over the course of years, this insidious pattern quietly, silently elevates your risk for cardiovascular disease and stroke without ever presenting any obvious, noticeable warning signals or red flags. Now, let me share the most empowering part of this entire equation, the part that hands you back full control over your health. True prevention actually begins the night before you even go to sleep. You should aim to stop eating any food at least 3 full hours before your bedtime, allowing your insulin levels and blood sugar to naturally fall to a healthy baseline. You also want to hydrate earlier in the evening so that your blood does not become thick and viscous by the time morning arrives. Additionally, you should sleep on your side, maintaining a neutral head position to properly support your brain's drainage and optimize venous return, the flow of blood back to your heart. In the moments before you drift off, take 5 slow, deliberate nasal breaths, each followed by a long, extended exhale, to effectively shut down your body's stress response and signal safety to your nervous system. Then, when you wake up in the morning, it is vital that you do not shock your system with sudden movements or stimuli. Before you even think about checking your phone, sit up slowly in bed, take a few deep, slow breaths, and begin pumping your calves by flexing and releasing your feet. Your calf muscles act as a second heart, helping to push blood upward through your veins. Also, open your hands wide like this and hold them open for about 30 seconds. A simple action that helps encourage healthy blood circulation right from the start of your day. Make sure to expose your eyes to natural sunlight within the first 10 minutes of waking up, as this helps normalize your cortisol release in a healthy, gradual curve rather than causing it to spike abruptly and dangerously. Your body is not a fragile, breakable machine. It is an incredibly responsive, adaptable system that thrives on the right signals. One critical factor that most people never hear about involves blood viscosity or thickness and how your blood's behavior changes across the entire week, not just overnight. After several days of low physical movement, especially following long periods of travel, extended workdays spent sitting, or weekends with very little activity, your blood naturally becomes more sluggish and your platelets become more reactive and prone to clotting. This heightened state makes those early morning pressure changes even more hazardous than they would normally be. Even if your standard lab numbers appear normal and healthy on paper, there is another often overlooked issue: sudden and extreme temperature shifts. Taking a hot shower first thing in the morning can cause your blood vessels to rapidly dilate, followed almost immediately by a rebound constriction, forcing your heart to pump harder and work against greater resistance during an already vulnerable period. Heavy caffeine consumption on an empty stomach acts in a similarly disruptive way, driving your heart rate up too quickly before your circulation has had a chance to fully adapt to the new day. Even something as seemingly minor as tight clothing around your neck or abdomen can impair proper venous return, the flow of blood back to your heart, and briefly increase pressure inside your brain. The ultimate goal during these morning hours is to promote smooth, steady circulation, not to create stimulation that shocks your system. When your blood is able to move freely and your vessels adapt gradually to the changing demands of the day, your heart and brain remain well protected during those hours when they are most sensitive and most vulnerable. It is important to understand that most heart attacks and strokes are not caused by something suddenly going wrong on that particular morning. Instead, they are set up quietly and cumulatively by what happens night after night, week after week in your daily routines and habits. Change that foundational setup, and you will dramatically change your ultimate outcome. This is not a message designed to instill fear. This is pure, straightforward physiology. And understanding this physiology puts the power, the control, and the responsibility back squarely into your own hands once again. These simple, small, practical changes that you can begin implementing right now, starting today, will create tremendous, positive shifts in your entire physiology, allowing you to stay healthier, stronger, and more vibrant for years to come. I truly hope you found this video to be informative and valuable. Please take a moment to share this important information with your friends and family, because this knowledge has the power to change lives. Feel free to leave your comments and thoughts down below, and most importantly, no matter what challenges you face, make it a great day. I'm Dr. Alan Mandell.